All right, I'm here. Live chat, amendment, super chat, hidden, live chat. Got it. I hope someone can say something so I can see if my chat's working. YouTube is. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Got it. Got it. I do not see anybody typing. I have no idea if you are. I'm assuming it's going to come up on the screen. There we go. There is Justin. Sir, you are late. I had to get the mic going, man. Brandon, hello. What's up, guys? All right, I can see chat. Wish it was bigger. Not going to lie. Wish it was bigger. When I'm back here, I can't read it. How can I make it bigger? Luke North, you type in, thank you, appreciate it. Chat viewing option, so that is just what I see. That does that. Can I like use my finger? Make it bigger? Nope, that zooms in on me. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Every man wants that, yeah. I want it bigger, yeah. That chat is really small, guys. Like, I'm not going to be able to read that. Cancel that. You rarely read your email. It's a miracle. It was serendipitous, meant to be. What can we say? I don't know what any of that stuff is. Why is every chat layout different? Everyone. What's the plus do? Okay, that's a start a poll. I can do a poll. All right, I guess I'm just tiny chat. I'm gonna have to really lean forward and really squint to see you guys. I don't need this right now. That's what she said. Michael Scott, that's what she said. Best line in the show. All right, so we are unboxing our new FLSUN v400. This was sent to me by FLSUN. I did not buy it. So they sent it to me. They reached out and asked if I wanted it to make some videos with, and I said sure. They were going to send me the new T1. That's what they reached out for with at first, but then they, I don't know, had production issues or whatever the reason was. They said they can't get me one, and he'll type in boomer. Thank you, appreciate it. It does help. It does help. They couldn't get me the T1, so they said, can we send you the V400 first, and then we'll follow up with the T1 later. I said, yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna, turn away free printers. So I got the V400 first. It's supposed to be really fast. I liked the T1. I was excited about the T1 because it's supposed to be just as fast, but it's also enclosed, which I am a sucker for cosmetics when it comes to some of my stuff and my tech and my 3D printing. So visually appealing things does play a factor for me. So I like that it was enclosed. This one will be fine. I've never used the Delta before, so I'm excited to kind of use it and design some models that maybe are taller that I couldn't do on my bamboo printers because of the build volume restrictions. Yeah, you've seen a few of them. Yeah, I mean, I am not special by getting this V400. I thought I was going to be special by getting the T1, but I'm not special by getting the V400. Lots of people got these. I'm actually probably pretty late to the party, and I think it's because they were trying to get me that T1, but then ultimately they had to pivot and send me this. So here we are. I've never used a Delta either. I'm excited to see it. I don't know as far as print farm machine, right? That's kind of the lens I look through at everything. How good is this machine in a print farm? I don't know. There's lots of factors that play into that. Obviously, just speed and quality are the biggest two, but also footprint. This thing's tall. Can it fit on a rack? Come on, iPhone, figure that out. Just turn all that stuff off. it's going to be tall, right? So it's like, how big of a shelf do you need to slide this thing into it? Is it, you know, ideal for that? I don't know. We'll find out. Faces, yeah. Which, I mean, we're getting into planters, right? If you're on my Patreon or things, you know that we release some planters that have been really popular, both with our subscribers as well as our subscribers' customers. I get reports daily of people sending me pictures like, I got an order of 8 of these. You know, it's my biggest order ever. So maybe we can get creative with some taller stuff that we can print quick enough that we still make a decent amount of money selling it. Because that's the whole goal here, is to design products and to sell products that you can sell at high margin so you actually make some money. Got 3 P1 Pre's, 1 X1 Carbon, just ordered an A1 Mini. The price going down to $249 might be a good one to have at my events. Yeah, if you do live events, that's a great one to have. You know, it's nice and mobile. I got the A1, big one, the A1, right? Not the Mini, on the shelf up there in front of me. Haven't used it much since the bed was recalled. I see a lot of people just using them anyway, which, you know, sign me up for the danger zone. I'm in. Let's do it. So I just got it all reset up, and I just haven't. I got a lot of big bamboos, right? So we got 4 P1Ss, 2 P1Ps, and 1 X1 Carbon, and then that A1. And at this time of year, we're still printing a lot and we're still selling a lot, but it's not Christmas time, right? I don't need to have all machines going all 24/7. So I find myself defaulting to the P1Ss and the X1 first, and then if those are full, I'll go to the P1Ps, and then I find myself going to that A1 last. Just the way it is, I guess. Hey, what's up, Alchemist? Brandon, your A1's working great. That's awesome. I'm glad it's working great. Like I said, I'm not against using it. It's the last one in my list of ones I'll use, right? I got to have a lot of other printers full before I, send something to that one. And I don't really know why. Maybe just because it's the one I'm least familiar with. But, all right, let's crack this baby open. I've never had a Delta machine. I know I've said that. So this is a learning experience as far as building it goes. We'll see. I've never had a FLSUN printer or a Delta, so I have no idea if this is a quick process, a long process, if I'm going to be here for 2 hours. So we're just going to kind of open up and see what happens. Yeah. I know a lot of people like the AMS light, and I don't dislike it, but I'm not as in love with it as a lot of people are. I think it's a pretty big footprint for what it is. I know it's nice because of the whole cardboard spool, plastic spool thing. That is nice, but I don't know. I really enjoy the form factor of the P1S. That's a cube with the cube AMS that sits on top of it. It's, short. It's not as tall as the AMS light. I just like the package, right? I can just slide that whole package on the shelf and I'm good to go. The AMS light, I either got to put that on a different shelf or I got to do the mounting bracket on top of the A1. It's just not as, I don't know. I don't love it as much as I think the majority of people do. So this whole thing's in a bag. Am I supposed to pick this whole bag up? I don't think so. I think I want to take it apart piece by piece here. Maybe I am supposed to pick it up and I'm making my life a lot harder. But there's no directions on the top here. And am I on top? Yeah, I am. All right. Oh, baby. This is big, guys. This is big. Oh, my word. That's one arm or one support. Holy cow. Yeah, I've never had a printer this big. This is wild. All right, I'm gonna put that back. I don't know that I was supposed to take that out, but I just kind of got excited, so put that back in here. Here's our directions. Original AMS works fine, yeah. What's up, dude? What's up, Austin? Guys, I have a chat small for anybody new coming in here, so I really gotta lean forward to read it. That was your big deal fact? Yeah. I think the top mount would make the already somewhat top-heavy A1 even worse. Yeah. I mean, I printed the mount, and when I was using the A1, I had it on the top because that was my big thing with the A1 Mini was the footprint it took up in a print farm. Right? You had the printer, and then you had to have the AMS next to it. It was a bigger footprint than the X1 or the P1S or the P1P with half of the build volume. Like that ratio didn't work for me, right? Like if I'm gonna have a printer that takes up a lot of space, I want to have the ratio to be right for build volume. And the A1 Mini just was not there. So I didn't even think about buying one. But when the A1 came out and they had the top mount, I felt like, okay, the footprint is the same as the P1S or the X1C because of that top mount. And now I'm getting the same build volume in the same footprint for less money. Now it's worth checking out. But I haven't used it a whole lot yet just because of the whole bed temp issue thing. Should screen mirror to a TV MA like my YouTube? Yeah, I should have my own stream up on a monitor next to me, right? With the chat big. That's what I should do, but I'm an idiot and this is my first time streaming on YouTube. So A1 versus P1S. For me, P1S. P1S has the edge on speed. So I did some testing on it. I posted in our Discord the results, but like if you had print A and it prints in an hour and 10 minutes on the P1S, that same print on the A1 prints in an hour and 18 minutes, right? So it's 18 minutes longer on the A1. Not a huge difference, not a big deal. However, the longer the print gets, the bigger that gap gets. So like on print 2, it was a 4-hour print on the P1S and it was a 5-hour print on the A1. And then I had another print that was a 9.5-hour print on the P1S and it was a 12.5-hour print on the A1. So that gap got bigger and bigger the longer the print. So if you're printing stuff sub 1 hour, makes no difference. Probably go with the A1, it's a little bit cheaper. But if you do have stuff that, you're getting into the 4, 5, 6 hours or the really long stuff, 12 a day, you're gonna see a lot of difference in speed in the P1S line compared to the A1. And that holds true P1S, P1P, X1, right? They're all slightly faster. All right, there's the printer. Here's my packing list, my part list, the pad holder, assembly instructions. I feel like this is going to be a lot, to be honest. I'm so used to the Bamboo guys where I just whoop, and I'm done. This is like old school Prusa instructions where it's like you're zooming in and it's all color coded and you got to do it just right. Oh my gosh, maybe I signed up for something too much today. Hey, what's up, Charles? You want to buy a cable? I don't know what that is. All right, note to the one-on-one correspondence between, take out shells and place them vertically on the desktop. The top shell, FLSUN logo, and the QR code are in the same direction. Okay. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take everything out of the box so I can then see everything because it wants me to get the top and bottom plate. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this bag. I'm having Prusa flashbacks right now. I'm gonna be here for 5 hours. Power cord. Is this not auto leveling? Is that why? Is this not auto leveling? Use the K1 for a stand. Corrality. All right. Here's one arm. Put that over here. Oh boy. Looks like they're still using paper. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I can't manually level. I haven't manually leveled in 2 years. I had no idea that this, I mean, I just assumed, like, who sends a printer out that doesn't self-level right now? Holy cow, though. There's also no, like, alignment pins for the build plate. You still have 8 printers you have to level. I mean, work with what you got, right? Like, I'm never gonna be like, oh, you should get rid of all your printers and get something like, that's not me, right? I'm a big believer in budget, you know, and work with what you got until you can justify, you know, upgrading if you want to, right? But that's a nice screen though. That's a big pad. I like that. I don't know if I should be taking all this stuff out, but I am. Oh my gosh, though. That was in there. Here's the base. So, I mean, also, like, no alignment tab. So you just got to get this thing on here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, well, here's what it is. Here's what it is. Put that there. I don't know what this is. Dude, everything in this foam is so tight. Like, the tiniest spool of filament I've ever seen. Says clipper and auto leveling, but what does that look like? It looks like a BL Touch. Like a Toiger. Toy like a Toiger. Any Schmidt fans out there? Toy. All day. Can do this all day. I mean, the hot end looks like it's something straight out of a spaceship. Like, that's kind of cool looking. And it's got LED lights on the underside. I like that. I don't see I don't know what this is. Like, I'm not, like, we all know, like, tinkering, right? I made that clear to everybody. Like, I'm not the guy to tinker. Wait with bated breath. So we'll see. I don't know I don't know what most of this stuff is on here, right? Like, so we'll see what happens here. It's got like these balls on him. I don't know if those do something or if that's just like the way they wanted it to look. Interesting. Oh, it kind of hurts my fingers. All right. Oh, the bottom's heavier. All right, let's make sure I didn't forget anything in the box here. I don't think so. Yeet! Whew. Little probe you put on the hot end taps bed. All right. All right, we got a little more real estate to work with now. What I'm wondering though is that can you guys actually see my tabletop, or is the chat in the way for you? Because the chat's in the way for me. I guess it probably depends on where you are watching from. I'm gonna take that off for now. And we're gonna go, it says it wants me to, there's no logo on it. Take out the shells and place them vertically on the desktop. The top shell FLSUN logo and the QR code are in the same direction. Top shell. This is the top shell. So it goes like this. This goes like this. And the QR code is in the same direction. So there's the QR code. So that goes like this. That seems right, right? Like that? That seems... the printer's not going to be in frame the whole way, guys. It's so big. I wish it was, but like I'm going to have these things out here, and you're just going to see me standing here. On PC, the chat's to the right. All right. These instructions, though, my word, like, so I'm right here. Do I go over because of the arrow, or do I go down and then, like, up here and down? Like, I don't know. I think I go over. Plug the motor cable before putting the motor into the top shell. What? Plug the motor cable before putting the motor into the top shell. Install the 8 M5 screws on both ends of the access. Install the other 2 accesses the same way. Okay, but like, it doesn't talk about a motor. Oh, is the motor here attached? Okay, XX, and I'm on Y. Wow, it's a good thing I pay attention because they don't tell you. They don't tell you. So that's X, that's Y, that's Z. Okay, so we go, ooh, Y. But like, okay, I get to that at the bottom. Okay, all right, we're, you know, I'm not the smartest guy, but I can figure some things out every once in a while. So we plug it in, and then this goes in here. And then that goes there. We have a cross piece. We have a cross piece. Now we need our huge bag of stuff. Got a little lube if you're ever short. Got some here. Zip ties. Oh my gosh. I really hope this stuff is extra and I don't need to actually assemble this hot end. Because I don't want to. I don't want to. All right. I got a bunch of screws in one bag, so I don't know. Screws. Awesome. All right, I got to get my little screw checker. All right, here we go. A little, because they just put a bag of screws together and it says screws. But then they say I need the 8 M5 screws. So they're all M5s. Yeah, good thing Are they short? 8 is the length, right? When they say 8. Yeah. But those are M4s. 1, 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 of those, and I'm gonna need like 24 of them. So it must be these. Oh, install the 8 M5 screws. So it's 8's not the length, 8 is the quantity that I'm installing. More often than not, I do have leftovers when I'm building this stuff. I need to get one of those TikTok things, one of those TikTok automatic screw gun thingies, because I could use it. I got some new designs that I'm working on where I actually have like cover plates that get screwed on. It looks pretty cool, but I've been doing a lot of testing and I'm screwing these things in and out a bunch, and it's been like, oh, I could really use some sort of powered thing. Don't worry, just 20 more to go. I'm gonna be here for a hot minute doing this. This is really, exhilarating live content here. Me just screwing in these super long screws. So now that I said I'm gonna go all the screwdriver ads, yeah. So I've never been one to like worry much about like, oh, then my phone's listening to me. Like I knew if I search things, I'm gonna get ads for that, right? Like I knew that. But I actually the other week, so we just took a vacation. I got back Wednesday from it. We were gone for a week, and before we left, my wife and I went and got some luggage. Our luggage that we got as a wedding gift 15 years ago. So it was time for new luggage, and it was our current luggage that we had was old, right? And it was back from the days when there was no weight limit on your luggage, right? So this luggage was fabric, and it had like patent leather on it, and there's stuff my wife picked out, right? And it was nice, but like the suitcase itself weighed like 15 pounds. And now when you travel, you get only 40 pounds per suitcase. So it's like almost half of your weight is to the suitcase. Not ideal, right? So we went and got some new luggage. I never searched for luggage online. We just discussed it in person in the house and then went on a Saturday and got the luggage. I started getting ads that day for luggage on my phone. And I was like, okay, it is listening to me. Because I never, luggage is such a weird thing. It's not like you're periodically searching for luggage throughout the year, right? Like you would for maybe like, I don't know, a phone or some tech stuff, a keyboard. Oh, like you see a keyboard, that's cool. I'm gonna go look for that, or whatever it may be, a monitor, right? Just you're interested in it, so it sparks a thought, and you go look at it, right? You don't do that for luggage. I've never searched for luggage online, but yet I talked about it one time with my wife, and I got started getting hit with ads with it. So the phones are listening to you, is the moral of that story. Guys, I've been doing this for 30 minutes and I only have one support up. Granted, I've been talking a lot, but what are you gonna do? This is crazy though. I got 16 more of these. All right, so now one down. I'm assuming we just rotate this guy. And now we are on the X. This is X. So we plug this guy in. How's everyone's sales been going this year so far? Or I should say March. My February was the best February I ever had selling on Etsy. March has been your best month? Yeah. It wasn't. March was a really good month for me, but of course I took a vacation in the middle of it. So when I do that, I don't ever put my shop on vacation mode. You should never do that. If you didn't know, don't ever do vacation mode. But so when I go on vacation, I just adjust my shipping dates so nothing has to ship when I'm gone. So now I'm home, I gotta get a bunch of orders out, but I got enough printers that it's not a problem. But yeah, so I think had I been home all of March and not adjusted my shipping dates, and increased my processing time by a week, I probably would have had my best March ever. But yeah, my February was my best February ever. So it's been great. I personally have been getting a lot of benefit from, our Discord, where we do weekly group calls with our farm director level supporters, and then I do one-on-one calls with the farm founders. And the group calls have been awesome. I've been able to share stuff I'm doing that has benefited a lot of people, and they've been actually able to kind of ask me questions and almost challenge me on why I do it, which really makes me think, okay, why am I doing this? Does it make sense? And I feel like it's one of those things where it's just raising everybody. So the feedback has been pretty awesome. March was your best month. Ben, you're same for you. That's awesome. You made your first real sale the other week. I need to watch your videos on changing my listings. Yeah, I just did my latest YouTube video was how I create Etsy bestsellers. And the last tip in there is about making multiple listings when you do a listing. And that's actually a new thing I started probably 4 months ago, and it's been really, really working well. So if you haven't watched that one, go check it out. It should be the latest video I posted, because I didn't post anything this last week because we were gone, and probably won't post anything next week because I'll record next week and then finally get uploaded the following week. So that is kind of the rough part about going on vacation. It's it doesn't just affect that 1 week. It has rippling effects, and now I gotta, double time to work my way back. You made your first sale. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's why we're here, right? My whole goal is to help you guys not only make sales, but make sales with products that are profitable, right? Like it's easy to make a sale if you know, sell something super trendy and you price it so you barely make any money, right? Like that's not difficult, but it gets harder when you actually have products that you price and you want to actually make some money, so that this can be more of just a hobby and actual income generating. All right, Z and Z. All right. Guys, I just realized I never started my other camera. So I wanted to do I got my big camera up on the tripod next to me because I wanted to get some footage of unboxing this for a potential YouTube video. I never started it till right now, so that's awesome. You got a bulk order of 100 plus items. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've had a few of those. Not as many as I want to have, though. That's for sure. Just tighten down some screws. What do we think of YouTube Live? This is only my third ever live, though, to be honest. So even on TikTok, I only ever went live twice. But I want to do YouTube. I'm doing more long form on YouTube. I'm doing more shorts on YouTube. And TikTok is just, I mean, I still love TikTok, don't get me wrong. But I just can't watch any more people selling me dragons, you know? Like every live, with the exception of a few lives, all the lives I see that are in the 3D printing space are just people sitting in front of the camera with dragons on the screen. And it's just like, I get it, like they're not appealing to 3D printing people, right? They're appealing to people that aren't 3D printing that want to buy these dragons. So like I understand it, but I just get, TikTok is becoming just a continuous infomercial. So if I was doing this live on TikTok, it would probably be 300 of you in here, 400 of you in here, opposed to the 13. But I don't really do these because I'm worried about the view count. It's just something to do, really. But I'm kind of over the TikTok live scene, and I don't really want to contribute to it all that much. But maybe I should, because maybe I should be the alternative to the TikTok shop. But here we are. We're on YouTube today, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, I'm going to have extra screws, guys. I'm going to have extra screws. Don't you worry. We'll see if they come into play later. Started with losing money to get a few sales and then scaled up to start growing. Been a couple months slowly growing. Ads help. Yeah, so I mean that is something that I do talk about. It's a good strategy. I tend to, whenever I launch a new product, I launch it with ads, and I launch it at a pretty steep discount to generate those sales, right? Because Etsy, they're in the fee business and they want to promote products that sell, and the best indication of what sells is what sells. What they don't care about is how much profit you're making when you sell it, right? They're going to take their fee and they don't really care. So what I've found is a good strategy is list the item, turn ads on for it, offer a pretty steep discount, get those sales, get that bestseller tag, get the 12 people that bought this in the last 6 hours tag, right? Whatever it may be, get those tags. And then once you start seeing organic sales on that product because Etsy sees your conversion rate and starts pushing it for you, then you can go up your price, because what those people don't see is when they go to that page and you just upped your price, it doesn't tell them that those 12 other people that bought it at a 40% discount. It doesn't tell them that everybody that makes up that bestseller tag, bought at a discount. They just see the product for the price, see the sales history, and go, oh, it must be worth it. Other people are buying it, so I'm going to buy it. And it is worth it, right? Your sale price should be an actual sale. You shouldn't price it at what you want to sell it for and then try to increase the price and, gouge them. It should be a real sale, Give those early adopters, a thank you for buying it early with an actual sales price. All right, sides are on. Pass the straight-in cable through the inside of the Y-axis. Insert the connector into the bottom shell socket. All right, we gotta flip this guy one more time. Now we're back on the Y. So it wants me to send this thing down. That seems like it's gonna be difficult. Maybe. Or it could be easy. All right, so I gotta pass this thing all the way down. Pass the straighten cable. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. Slide this in. It's already stuck like right here. And the cable is bending on itself. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be, maybe I take this off. I don't know. Hey, we're through. All right. We're through. Use this. Oh my gosh, it sounds terrible. All right, so that goes in there. What am I going on? Is that all the way? It must be. Okay. What what are your thoughts about inventory? Do you show your full inventory, or do you only show 3 to 5 and then adjust it after an order? I show like 900 in inventory. So I don't want to have to keep track of that. Because even when I do like 900 in inventory, after a while, right, I sell all of them and then it goes out of stock. And Etsy doesn't do a great job of notifying you that it's out of stock. So like I've had stuff be like out of stock and not showing up, and I didn't know it for who knows how long. So I go 900, 999, 987, whatever. I just type in fast. And then I just print as stuff comes in, and I do my processing time at a length so I can handle all the orders, right? So that's how I do it. I always have inventory for everybody who wants it, but then if I start getting too many orders and I can't get them out in time, then I either buy another printer, which is my preferred choice, or I adjust my processing time to be longer. Because a lot of what I sell, people do buy multiple, right? And depending on what it is, they buy more than 5 even, right? So I don't ever want to limit somebody's ability to buy a lot from me. So I always put a ton in inventory, and then I just adjust my processing time and numbers of printers so I can always be fulfilling orders on time. So that's how I do it. This goes this. I don't like it when your cables like want to naturally bend one way, right? And they would go right into the port perfectly, but then like you have to turn it upside down because it has to go in there the other way. Like, I don't like that, and that just happened to me. Yeah, I mean, I know that is a strategy. You know, the only 2 left. I don't know, right? I don't have a good answer for that. Like, maybe that is a factor. I've never tested it, so I can't say for sure. But for me, where I'm at with the amount of sales I get, I don't really know that I need that. But who knows? Maybe I'm missing out on a bunch. I really don't know. But I just know for myself and how I operate, the less things I got to remember to do, the better, because I'm going to forget them, right? Another strategy is, doing the sales every 3 days so that you see that the sale is ending. Sale ends in 24 hours, sale ends in 12 hours, right? And you restart that sale every 3 days or every 2 days. Like, that's a strategy too that people use. And I think when you're starting out and you have time to dedicate to that stuff and brain power to dedicate to it, it's fine to do. I went down that road with the sales, and I went weeks without a sale because I forgot that it ended. So now all of my sales are 30-day sales, and they end at the end of the month, and I start them at the first of the month if I'm going to run a sale that month, so I don't have to think about it. And I just, set it and forget it. Google app script to automatically increase the quantity. If you get an order and received, I'm trying to integrate the Etsy shop, but their API is proving to be challenging. Yeah, the API is tough. I actually am developing, so I run 3dprintforce.com, which is a pricing tool, and we are developing it right now with Etsy API to get data in, and we have it in there. We're able to receive it, and we're working on organizing it so that we can use it to do a print queue, and we can use it to generate reports, because Etsy is notorious at hiding their fees. So you'll be able to see like what your gross was on Etsy, what the fees were, and then it'll use your material costs and your cost of goods that you have in 3D Printforce already to figure out what your costs were for that product and actually get you a real number of what you made, right? Because Etsy always wants to show you gross revenue numbers. They never want to show you net stuff. So we're going to do that for you so you can actually see what you make. But a big part of that is the Etsy API, and it's been challenging for sure. I've got quite a bit of funds into developing it to figure it out, but we have it coming into the 3D Print Force now, so hopefully we'll have an update soon on that. But 3D Print Force is free for anybody that wants to sign up. It won't be free forever, at least different plans won't be free forever, but there will always be a free version. But the whole thing is free right now, so if you're interested, go check it out. All right, we did that. Install the parallel on the slider. Like, that's a foreign language to me. Install the parallel on the slider? Like, what are we talking about? I have no idea. Oh boy. I gotta move these screws. This thing is a beast. I can see you. Yeah, they sent it to me to look at, to use. I'm not a huge creator, but I guess I'm big enough. My light, there we go. Now my light can shine in here and I can see you guys through here. All right, install the parallel on the slider. So I believe these are the parallels. So these look like carbon fiber. I wonder if they actually are, or if they just want them to look like carbon fiber. So I think these just snap onto these ball joints. Maybe? I just gotta open up the spring. I guess so. Here we'll see. Got grease in these. That's interesting. Probably good, right? Yeah, can't turn on a free print then, no. They said they were going to send me the T1, which is enclosed, but they had supply issues, I guess. So here we are. Install the effector module with the extruder hood facing forward. All right, this is forward for me. Plug the cable into the top shell adapter. The color of the connectors is corresponding. Install the effector. Install the effector module, guys. Like, who's writing this stuff? The effector module. With the extruder hood facing forward. So I think this whole thing is the effector module. And these little ball bearings go on here and here and here and here. Ooh, okay. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's a cool little system. You know, how it, you know, works on the like a joint. Like that's, I mean, it's neat. It's different. I don't hate it. Okay. All these color-coded things. Yellow to yellow. Red to red. Big white one to a big white one. Not that one. That one's got to be this one. Big white one in the middle. Blue to blue. I've got two blacks though that I didn't plug in anywhere. can't see. Oh, right there. How do I know which one is which? You almost bought an FLSUN last year? Switch, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna hope it doesn't matter. If I fry it, I guess. It doesn't say it matters. There's a lot of little wires going into this top piece. All right, there's that. Take out the filament detection sensor, connect the filament detector wire, snap the bellows. Like these words, snap the bellows into the bracket slot. I just started a print farm and established an LLC on January 15th. Found out I have an aneurysm. I went from one machine to. Is that what that says? It's small. It's small, guys. I don't know. Went from one machine to 7 over a year's time. Nice. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. This is the filament sensor run out. Yes, it is. I have no idea where I put this. Is it on top? It's... I don't have any idea. I think it wants me to... Oh, so it's this. This must be it. Okay. And then this goes... What in the world? You're from Wisconsin? Awesome. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Put the bracket in the slot at the top. Do the slot in the direction of the arrow. Yeah, I did that. Did that. Like. Okay, we did it. That can go like that. Okay, we did it. Took a minute. Took a minute, but we did it. Your patience. If you guys weren't here, it wouldn't be as patient, I can tell you that. Take out the filament holder and 2 M4x8 screws and assemble it. Like that. Those are the best instructions. where it just says, and just install it, right? Take it out and just do it. Those are the best ones. So this goes backwards, and then this goes like this. Awesome, different size, okay. Love that. People all over the world, join hands. Beautiful, wonderful. Put it together. So, one of my first claims to fame on TikTok was a comment. It was before I was posted, and it came across, I mean, this is 4 years ago, and I still get notified that people like my comments. So this video is still out there too, getting views. So kudos to this guy for getting the views 4 years later. But he was an artist, and he was teaching people how to draw a flower. It was a certain kind of flower, and it was, his instructions were like, all right, we're gonna draw this flower. First thing you wanna do is draw the stem. The next thing you wanna do is draw the 8 petals. Then we're gonna do, it's like, just draw it, right? That was the instructions. And my comment was, that was the equivalent of somebody teaching you how to land a plane and saying, all right, what you're gonna wanna do now is just land the plane. Like, if I knew how to land the plane, I wouldn't be looking for instructions. Why won't this go in? Oh my word. But anyway, I put that comment on there. It's the #1 comment on that video to this day. And I would say monthly, I get notified of at least one, usually a couple likes of that comment. Because it was the most useless video ever. It was like, I'm gonna teach you how to draw by just telling you to draw it. I'm just like, what in the world? So that was before I was even posting myself though. So I was that typical troll, which I try not to be now, but I wasn't mean about it, I don't think. I was trying to just have fun with it, and I think he never responded back, but I don't think it was too mean. Let me just, 1/8 turn these nuts because my thing hits this. Let me just 1/8 turn these 800 times. All right. Install the filament holder on the top of the printer. Pay attention to the installation direction. I'm assuming I use the same tiny screws. You're gonna go find it? If you find it, I don't know, take a screenshot of it somehow and let me know you found it. I don't have to climb up on this table, guys. It's a good thing it's a beefy table. I can't see the top of this machine, and I'm not short. I'm not short, but I can't see it. It wants it like that. So Up until lately, I have not designed a whole lot of things that are round. So it's going to be interesting to see if this can print some of my existing stuff well or not. Like I get the build plate is round, but I think it can still print like any shape as long as it fits within its print volume or, you know, print area, right? Like, oh my gosh. I need a powered Allen wrench set. That's what I need. This is hard. It's not hard. It's just cumbersome. All right, that's it. Oh, I'm gonna bust my knee. I had knee surgery 4 years ago, and when I bend it, it's like sand and gears. All right, now I put the little tops on. Which I'm assuming I use the screws that came in the top box. I mean, these are metal. That's nice. I feel like I would have expected plastic caps for up top here. Going back up. Ouch, my knee. This wire is kind of too big for this. I don't love I'm having to squish it down. I guess it is the top. I could just leave it. That really bends it though. I think that's better. Oh. Oh boy, love Allen keys. Tighten it down. People all over the world. Mm-hmm. Start a love train. Don't worry, guys. I'm just up here manually putting all these screws in. Because I'm a schmuck that doesn't have a powered screwdriver like the rest of the world. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do have a powered screwdriver, but I have big powered screwdrivers. M18 ones. Caps are on. Ouch, my knee. Okay. We're done. More beginner. Yeah. There's one guy that I follow that does a really good job. Connect the two cables to pad, put the pad on the holder, and installation is complete. I never installed the holder. You never had me install the holder, though. All right? You never had me install the holder, brother. Anybody know that? What's up, brother? Little sketch blowing up on YouTube. He's hilarious. You never had me do it. All right. Oh, here's the little be able to touch, but these instructions are not complete. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Lots of USB ports. Lots and lots of USB ports. Yeah, that's above it. Just gotta eyeball it. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Does this just sit? I don't understand. Like, what is this? I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's just the... Does this literally just sits on a pad next to it? Like that? It must. So this just sits on your desktop on this little tripod thing. Interesting. Okay, whatever. I'm not here to judge. I'll roll with it. We're gonna move this guy though. We're gonna put our, so people can see it, right? Good enough? Production or fun for this fella? Me? For me, is this production or is this fun? This is, they gave it to me for free, so I'm trying it. Maybe it'll be production, we'll see. Quick meeting, that's all right, that's all right. All right, first printing. By default, the input voltage of this printer is 230. Please make sure the printer is convert to your local voltage before turning on the power. If your local voltage is 115, flip the red switch to the right to convert the power. If anybody didn't know, we're 115 in the USA. So we gotta flip this puppy. 115. Here we go. Get my power cord. Actually, it didn't tell me to plug it in yet. Yep, not plugging it in yet. Got a little ahead of myself. First, we got to do this thing. I'm going to turn this back so I can see you guys. There we go. Bed leveling. Please insert the leveling module firmly. Take out the leveling switch. Install the leveling switch according to the direction in the photo. Insert the leveling switch into the adapter board of the top shell. I need you to come up here, brother. There we go. I don't understand where this goes. What in the world? Like, they give you these pictures, but it's like super close up, so you can't make out anything. You need a belt conversion? I don't even know what that means, to be honest. Okay, it's under a light. What in the world? Is it this? Do I have to? I don't know what this is. Do I have to remove this? What in the actual? No, it goes under that. It goes under that. You got to be kidding me. So it's a removable thing. It covers the hot end. So you got to put it on to run your bed level and then take it off. No way. No way. That's wild. Never seen anything like that. And then I gotta go up to the level switch, plug it in. Okay. This is crazy. Oh, for the bed for automate, yeah. There's a company years ago, 2 years ago, that interviewed me on a podcast when I was first getting started. 3DQ, they're up in Canada. They made a whole kit for your Creality and machines where it put it on an angle, and they had a proprietary build plate, and they had G-code that would slide and knock it off. And they got some funding early on, but it was like, I don't know. I just feel like the technology is not there, I guess. Like, then the belt printers came out and all this stuff, and then like the bamboos came out and everything was enclosed, so you can't, I don't know. Weird tangent. All right, we're plugging her in. People all over the world, join hands. There we are, we're booting up. Booting system. Look at all these extra screws I got. There's a lot of them. All right, I gotta see this myself, guys, sorry. I mean, it's a big screen. I like that. Click configure, bed level, calibrate, configure, continue. Configure, bed level, calibrate, continue. Please plug in leveling switch before auto leveling. Continue. We're moving. It's alive. Oh, that's cool. This light is lit up here. That's cool. Yeah, so it's just touching. It's kind of loud. Not terribly loud. Not sure. Job done, that's right. Extra screws, you did it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra screws. Not bad. Might be a personal best. Okay, did that, and now I need to configure, bed level, bed mesh, continue. Here we go again. Yeah, okay, that gets out there. It's a fun system to watch. I'll say that. How the head moves. So I do have to use paper at the end of this. So after I do this, then I gotta go to the Z offset and adjust it down on a piece of paper until it's snug. So it's like a hybrid. I've never run a machine with clipper. Track Dragon, what's up, man? You signed up last week? Awesome, dude. Appreciate it. Stoked. Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I'm glad you're finding value in it. So this V400 runs clipper. I've never really run a machine with clipper that I know of. I know some people get really into the weeds with firmware and stuff. I never have, so I don't really know what is different about clipper, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I've never had a Delta. This whole thing is interesting. The circle plate, how the head moves, and it does, the fact that the hot end does every axis, Z, X, and Y, it's different for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a modder. I'm not a tinkerer, right? I'm out of the box. Let's just get printing to get printing. Okay. Now I need to remove my probe, which is wild. Okay, removed. And now I need to click configure, bed level, move Z. I need a piece of paper. I gotta have paper somewhere. Paper. All right, we got paper. Hit continue. She's going down. Take a piece of A4 paper and place it under the nozzle. Click Z calibration. Use Z plus or Z minus to adjust the nozzle height. There is slight friction when pushing and pulling the paper slowly. At this time, the distance between the nozzle and the hotbed and the suitable. Okay. No friction right now. Still no friction. Still no friction. Almost 1.5 millimeters down. Two millimeters down. Two and a half millimeters down. Okay. That's too much friction. There we go. That's slight friction. Okay. And then after I do that, I hit home. I don't have a home button. Click the back button. And then return to the home page. And click home. And click. I'm assuming when they say home, they mean homing. I'm gonna catch up on the chats, guys, once I start this print, because I think I'm gonna start a test print here any second. Let's just use their. So I didn't get a SD card or a thumb drive or anything. So is there a test print built into the printer here? I don't know. This is some janky filament. I like the snips though. All right, pass the filament through the top. Okay, we're through here. Pass it into here. Insert the filament into the extruder. Okay, it's in. Click Actions. Extrude. Temperature. Set the nozzle temperature above 180 and return to extrude interface. Push the filament down while clicking extrude or load. So PLA is 210. It's heating up fast. 50. Heats up fast. I'll answer that in a second. Sorry. I just want to get this thing started, then I'll sit in front of the table here and have a little Q&A for a few minutes. We're at 150. So it has Wi-Fi printing. I'm not going to use it. But all right, load. I don't love on the pad, like you hit load and like you get no indication of it doing anything. It's like I hit extrude and I just get a highlight and then it does extrude, but like it doesn't tell me on the pad that it's extruding. All right, well. It did not come with a test file, guys, so I'm not going to take the time to go install one. So we're just going to come around. Ugh. And we will deal with that later. All right, I got some chats to get back on. I went from 10 Anycubic Vipers, which worked, but weren't the most reliable. I bought one P1P printed for one day and bought two more. I love them. Yeah, I actually had Anycubic Viper. I had one for like 2 months, and it was terrible. I could never get it to print well. It always under extruded. I tried getting it as an alternative to my Enders and not having to pay for a big Prusa, because a lot of people had them at the time. They were popular for like that month and a half. So I got one, and I never could get it to print well. It was a struggle. I printed a bunch of fan attachments to get the air to it. It just never worked great, to be honest. So I'm not a tinkerer. Like, I'm in this business to make money. So for me, like, the bamboos were a godsend because I can just start them and they work. I'm not interested in fine-tuning settings. I just want to print my stuff so I can get my orders out, You got a M4, just works so well. I have an MK4, but my A1 is my best friend. Yeah, I had Prusas. I had four minis, Prusa minis at one point, and I had a big Prusa, and they worked great. Like, I'm not going to say they didn't work well. They worked great. Like, but that really wasn't the question, right? We knew they worked well. It was, you still had to do all the slicer tuning. You still had to assemble them. You still paid a lot for them, right? So it's not that they didn't print well. It's that they printed well, but to get them to print well was a lot of work. And the bamboos were out of the box printing well. You just got in the Quiddy, how do you say it? Yeah, I know it's Q1 Pro, hopefully close to bamboo performance with a heated chamber. Yeah, I would love to test some of those. Those companies aren't calling me though, unfortunately. There's that new one too I've been seeing on Facebook, Proton or Photon or something, Proton, I don't know. I have no idea if it's any good or not. You're going to print yourself the universal controller station, the one with the little keys holder, and has two controllers, okay? It's a gray colored base, and the walls are orange, and I think you used a cool infill to the design. Is that right? trying to figure out how to get the cool design on the walls like you did. I thought it was an infill. Yeah, so it is the infill. So you're going to want to print those sides flat on the build plate and then just set 0 to the top and bottom layers. And then it'll expose the infill. When you do that, though, you lose structure, so you're going to want to increase your number of perimeters by probably like 5 or 6. I think I did 8 on mine. And then just adjust your infill percentage to whatever percentage you want to give the look you want. If you want bigger holes, make it less. If you want tighter holes, make it more. You need to make top layer. Yep, that's what he said. Prusa got too comfortable with their place in the marketplace. I agree. I 100% agree. They kind of stopped innovating. I updated my Prusa Minis to their new input shaper, and I tried to print something with it, and it was terrible. So it's like, again, it's like, I'm sure it can do it, but you got to mess around with so many slicer settings. I don't want to do it. Took you 10 hours to assemble an MK4. That's wild. Took me less than 30 minutes to get the M1. Yeah. Bamboo is king, in my opinion, for ease to get print started. Yeah. Yeah, frozen. Is it frozen? PH is a F sound, right? Frozen? Yep, 0 to top. More walls, perfect. Yep, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I mean, I used Prusa Slicer for a long time. Positron? Positron, isn't that from a movie or something? I used Prusa Slicer for a long time. It worked really well for the time. I was fortunate enough to have some people on TikTok reach out to me who were much more talented than I was with slicer settings. And they were like, hey, I think I can, improve your settings for you. And they got some of my prints, some of my prints that were taken like, 4 hours, they got down to like 3 hours, which was, a huge win. Those same prints are now printing in an hour on my bamboos, which is amazing. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, if you like messing with that stuff, mess with it, right? I'm not going to tell you not to. But if you're in this business, and I shouldn't say that, if you're into 3D printing as a business and you want to make money in it, you can't spend your time messing with settings. You just can't. If that's what you like to do, then you need to be like the farm technician in your shop and hire somebody to do the visionary big business, type stuff, because you can't spend all your time tinkering and then also grow a business and get new models out and get Etsy listings up and do your marketing and respond to customers and box up stuff, right? Do all these things we have to do while you're messing with printers. You'll spend all your time working on your printers instead of your printers working for you in your shop. It's the bamboo clone, is that what it is? Yeah, I didn't know. I know you don't like messing with settings, but are there any slicer settings you typically change to improve your print quality? So on the old stuff, on the Prusa, yeah, it was infill percentages. I don't remember though. But to be honest, for the last year and a half using bamboo slicer, I used the stock 0.2 layer height bamboo settings. The only things I changed was I removed the prime tower. So if I have a color change, I just purge. It's a little bit quicker. And I removed the brim from auto to off. I don't ever print with a brim. I never have, even back in my Prusa and Creality days. I never did it, and I still don't. I just don't find a need for it. I feel like if your bed is clean and you got your good level, which a bamboo is easy to have, you shouldn't really need a brim. So that's it. Yeah, BS for established companies to run Kickstarter campaigns. Yeah, I don't know enough about Kickstarter, but I feel like I kind of agree. Unless it's a brand new thing, right? Like I actually thought about running a Kickstarter for 3D Print Force because I'm dumping a good amount of money into it right now to build it out. And it is what it is, right? I want to do it because I want to use it myself, and I think it will be beneficial to the community. So I am doing it. But like, that's a completely new venture for me, right? It's software, it's SaaS development. It's something I've never really done. It's completely new to me. I felt like that could have been a good Kickstarter campaign, but I just don't know enough about Kickstarter to do it. And I didn't want to wait and do all the rigmarole because you got to like, I figured you would need to have, I'd have to get like a UI spec'd out and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I just want to start, right? So I just started. Yeah, the new Etsy thing, it's nice, but like you still got to have your cost to put in there. So that's where 3D Print Force, and like I said it earlier on in this live, 3D Print Force is getting some huge updates, and we're connecting with the Etsy API. So we should be able to connect a lot of that stuff in the future. It won't be immediate, but like that pricing tool, I could see a future where we link with that, and it auto-populate when you make a new listing. It'll auto-pull in your cost data from 3D Print Force into that, calculator to give you your number. So that could be pretty cool. So we're working on a lot of that stuff. Yep. But all right, everybody. Yeah, Track Dragon, 3dprintforce.com. Go check it out. It's our pricing software that we are developing for 3D printing people that are trying to do it for profit. It helps you figure out what your actual cost of goods is and what your revenue is and what Etsy's going to take, and gets you an actual net profit number so you can make sure you're profitable. Because I've seen too many times where people post and it's like, oh, I'm making $10 a print. No, you're not. You're not. And at the end of the month, you're going to figure it out. So yeah, 3dprintforce.com. Go check it out. I'm taking off, guys. It's spring break for my kids, so we're going to Costco for lunch. A little Costco pizza, and they're waiting for me. So this was a good build. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy going live. I should do it more, but I get bogged down with stuff. So I appreciate you guys coming to the YouTube live, and coming from TikTok, wherever you came. I appreciate that. So this was fun. If you got questions, hit me up in the Discord. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube and you're here, might as well do that, right? Otherwise, hit me up in the Discord. I'll talk to you guys later. Adios.